Hi, I'm Kathryn Delaney, and this is your daily tarot reading for October 9th, 2020. Today we got three major arcanas, and the three major arcanas that we got are pretty poignant considering what's going on right now in our planetary system and what's happening between the relationships between the planets. So just to explain, if you're familiar with the tarot system, it's a 78 card system, and there's 22 of those cards are the major arcana, and then the other 56 are the suits, you know, the ace through 10, and then the knight and the page and the king and the queen. And then the other 22 are the major arcana. The major arcana system is speaking to major life shifts and life lessons that are happening in our personal lives, and they can also reference what's going on astrologically, or so I've discovered when I'm giving readings for people, because the cards themselves represent the 12 zodiac signs as well as the planetary bodies, and then, or the first 7 planetary bodies, and then the 3 mother cards. And the 3 mother cards are like you could say mother energies of the deck, you know, fire, water, and air. And one of those mother cards are in our first card for today, the Uranus ruled card, the Fool. And the Fool is a card that speaks to new beginnings, and new beginnings that aren't necessarily like a choice, you know? Like, this card is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is the planet that is unexpected, unavoidable changes that make shifts in areas that have been stagnant in our life. And this card, being that it's ruled by Uranus, begs the question to me to look at what's going on with Uranus right now in our planetary system. And it is in Taurus, and it is in opposition to Mercury right now. And interestingly enough, the second card that we got for today is the Lover's card. And this is a card that is really asking us, you know, how do we want to communicate and where do we want to communicate from? It's also being ruled by Mercury is bringing our attention to how we look at the world and how we see the world, because Mercury is a descriptive visionary. It is the messenger for the gods. So it's you know, it's like a perspective sign or planet, you know, it's a perspective energy. So we have, you know, these two planets, basically Mercury and Uranus, in opposition right now in our planetary system. And so this is asking us, you know, like, what is our choice in relationship and how we interact with others and how we see the world, and that is shifting right now. And interestingly enough, the third card that we have for today is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is a Taurus ruled card. Now, why that's so interesting is because Uranus is in Taurus right now in our planetary system. So Taurus rules, you know, structure and society structure and, you know, social order and contracts. And so there's big shifts literally happening in that area of our system, and it's also happening in that area of our life and our own sense of structure and stability. So, you know, there are some big shifts happening right now that are affecting how we, you know, like, the ultimate message is, like, when things shift and changes come upon you, like, you have to just react by instinct and trust your instinct and follow your heart. You know, like, the Fool is the one who's following his heart, even though it looks like he's stepping off a cliff. It's like there's ultimate change, but unavoidable change. that is in an area that's totally unexpected. And it may likely be happening in like our social structure, our social order, and like how we actually, like on a grand scheme of things, and like what we're able to do. And you know, it's a choice in us and how we decide to look at that and how we interact with people over, like, regarding that, like if we want to interact with people and try to continue like a sense of community, or if we're in a place where, you know, we're trying to be combative. Like this card is like, is your choice like the sacred or the profane? So there's also this, you know, opportunity to make a choice, like ultimately like a choice for your higher good, your higher self, around you know, what direction you want to go in life, and that is based on where you put your energy and your attention. Now, because these 3 cards showed up and they just wanted to like make me, they called me to look at what was going on right now astrologically even more, I decided to look at what was going on astrologically right now by drawing it. And so this is just a snapshot visually of what's happening in our astrological system. And I'm going to make a video explaining it because I realize it's full of lots of symbols. And for someone who doesn't, you know, isn't familiar with like all of the symbols, it just looks like a lot of lines. And it's like, wow, okay, well, that symbol looks pretty intense. And it's true. We do have a lot happening right now. You know, like just briefly, you know, what I was just speaking about in reflection of, you know, the Uranus Mercury energies, is that we have Taurus over here, right? This is like our value system, what we have, and we have, we have Mercury over here, and then we have Uranus over here, you know, and Mercury is in Scorpio, which is all about transformation, and then we have, you know, Uranus over here in Taurus, which is in our value system. And so we have a lot of transformation around how we see our sense of values and our sense of like, just, you know, our belief system in general. And then simultaneously, we have this, you know, grand cardinal square happening right now, which the cardinal energies are like the initiating energy and the purest form of the energy of like the fire element and the water element and the air element and the earth element. And so when you have them in square, it's these 90-degree relationship. So it's, you know, my teacher always called it an opportunity for character development, but it's like a hard turn in perspective. Whereas, you know, there are also trine relationships, which are a triangle, and they're like an easier situation. So we have a lot happening right now. If you see up here, there's like this grouping of planets that is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is like more of our like more social order, and that is, you know, undergoing the influences of Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, which is in square relationship to Mars over here, which is in square relationship to the moon down here, or is going to be moving into that square relationship with the moon, because the moon moves pretty fast, so that's actually going to be happening tomorrow. And then the sun, which is in Libra, which is also in square to that. So I'm going to go more into all of the information of what that actually means, as well as the opposition between Uranus and Mercury, and some other things that are going on in my astrological video that I'm going to post up on YouTube today. So if you want to check that out and learn more about that, just for a different perspective on what's going on that's outside of news and everything like that, it's just like what we're actually all being influenced by right now, then check it out there. It'll probably be up in the next hour or so. Other than that, I hope you got some information out of the reading today. If you'd like a reading with me, feel free to reach out to me so we can set up some time. I'm sending you much love today and a good wish. I hope you're well. Bye.